everyone, this is Raven from Pressing the Panic Button, and today I've got a video that I think is pretty relatable to anybody who has anxiety or panic disorder, or, I mean, anybody can have a panic attack, so there you go. So today's video is going to be about what to do before, during, and after a panic attack. And I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I'm going to be giving you tips based off of my own personal experiences with panic attacks. But obviously, personalize it, customize it the way you need it, because each person's response to panic attacks is completely different. We're not all the same, otherwise treating this stuff would be so much easier. So, I'm going to give you guys some tips, hope they help, and let's get to it. So the first thing is what to do before a panic attack. The number one thing that I find for before a panic attack is know your own body's physical symptoms. Because as we know, with anxiety, you get a lot of physical symptoms like muscle tightness and dizziness, fatigue, the list goes on and on. So as you get more, acquainted with your disorder, you come to find out that your body, when it's generally anxious, feels different than from when it's having an anxiety attack or even a panic attack. So know what your body's physical symptoms are. For myself, I know when I'm having a panic attack because my chest will get really, really tight. It will be much more uncomfortable to breathe. I'll feel dizzy. Sometimes I'll have a dissociative disorder where I'm just like feeling like I'm not even here. And that's when it's at its worst. So that's what it is for me. But for you personally, know what your body does. And if you haven't done that before, start thinking about your past panic attacks. Think about if you remember how your body felt. And hopefully that will help for you to better prepare for a panic attack. The second thing to do before a panic attack is have a plan. Personally, what I would suggest is isolate yourself. If you're with a group of people, go isolate yourself. Best tip is to go into the bathroom and just say you have to use the bathroom. Nobody will question you. And I mean, if you take a long time, people might think that you have an upset stomach. No big deal. If you are by yourself, make sure that, you're nice and comfortable. Isolate yourself and make yourself feel secure. What I do, like, say I'm in my bedroom by myself, I will hide under my blanket with a stuffed animal. That makes me feel secure and isolated. And I'll even lock my bedroom door so nobody can come in. But I have had a friend who said that he was having a panic attack while in the car. And obviously you can't escape from the car because that's kind of dangerous and we're not about to let people die. So the best suggestion I have for that, music, headphones. As we know, music separates you from the world already, but it helps if you have headphones. But I mean, if all else fails and you can't isolate yourself, then you figure out what to do, I guess. So the next part is what you do during the panic attack. Now, if you look online, especially Pinterest, there's like a billion different things that it tells you to do for panic attacks. Like start chanting different mantras or pray or do breathing or, I don't know, do a backwards rain dance while you're juggling bananas. I've not seen that on the internet, but let's face it, somebody would say to do that. I personally do two things. It depends on how severe my panic attack is and what my other symptoms are, but I mean, this is what works for me. Again, you can customize this list of whatever to fit for you because you know you, and I know me, but I don't know you and you don't know me. That work? Yeah. So the first thing that I'll do is what's called box breathing. Generally what that is that you inhale for a certain number of seconds, hold for a certain number, exhale for a certain number, and hold for a certain number. Now I've been hearing weird things like, oh, inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds, and just do it again. And I'm like, what? So to make life easier, I do each thing 4. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and just keep doing that again and again until you feel calmer. Something else that I personally do, so Like, you could be doing that and not realize you're going really fast, like, and you don't want to breathe too fast. So what I do personally is I'm just going to hold up my hand, for instance. I tap a beat out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And that beat, like, you can use your hands, your fingers, you can tap it out on your foot, whatever. I just like doing that as a way of constantly reminding myself, breathe slow. And if you feel like you're tapping too fast, tap slower. And either way, the box breathing is really good at helping you focus on your breathing and just kind of bringing yourself back down and grounding yourself to earth. Now, speaking of grounding, the second thing that I personally do during a panic attack, I'll sometimes do it. A lot of times it's whenever I'm having a dissociative episode and I feel like I'm not here. I need to ground myself. So one thing that I've seen online and I've tried, and personally for me it works, but obviously you do you, is to find 5 things, like in the room you're in or the bathroom stall, since that tends to be where I am. Find 5 things you see, 4 things you hear. No, 4 things you feel, I'm sorry. 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 that you taste. So for example, let's say I'm having a panic attack right now, which I'm not, but let's say I am. So 5 things that I would see right now in my own room. I would see the leather sofa behind me, this picture of bamboo. I could see a palm tree painted on my door. I can see the shag carpet, and I can see my brown walls. 4 things I feel is my sweaty, warm hand, kind of balled up in a fist. I can feel the air conditioner blowing air at me. I can feel my weight sinking into this love seat. And I can feel my shirt on my skin. So 3 things I hear. I hear bugs outside my window. I hear the air conditioning going. And I also hear dog claws because my dog is out in the hall and I'm not letting him in right now. 2 things I would smell. 1 is my diffuser necklace, which has essential oils inside. And I don't really smell anything else right now. I mean, if you can't complete the list, it's fine. Don't worry about that. And I currently don't taste anything. And you could keep on cycling through that until you feel like you're grounded. I've had to do 4 cycles of that before, and each time I cycle it, I'll choose completely different things. I'll try to look for different things. I'll try to hear for different things. I'll try to smell different things. Just anything that can bring you back down to the physical earth. So, those are what I do during a panic attack. And now the most important part is what you do after a panic attack. The number 1 thing to do is self-care, because you just had your body's gone through a traumatic experience, because a panic attack is like so much adrenaline just going, and just your body's all revved up, your mind's been freaking out, and now that you're back to being calm, all of your physical and mental and emotional energy is just gone. And at this point, you just need to take care of yourself and bring yourself back down. Now, depending on the situation you were in before, will depend on what you do. So say that you were with a group of people and you isolated yourself in a bathroom stall. Well, before even that, take a moment, breathe normally, and just kind of do a mental body scan. See, how is your brain doing? How's your body doing? How's everything feeling? Is this something that it's going to need? More than likely, you're going to be very, very fatigued because it takes so much energy from you. So if you need a nap, take a nap. If you need caffeine, go get some caffeine. Whatever, just do a mental scan of how am I feeling? What am I needing? Then once you have that down, then you can move on to whatever you need to do. So say that you were in the bathroom stall. You're separated from the group. Exit the bathroom. You may be feeling funny, but just exit. And then do something that's going to make you feel better. Like if you're out with friends, just, come back to being with your friends and just chill. If you guys are out eating somewhere, start playing on your phone. Personally, what I would do after a panic attack is I tend to post to Instagram. So that's me. But obviously you do whatever you need to do. Just find something to kind of like bring you back into the norm of things and back into reality. Now say you're by yourself in your room. What do? Something that makes you feel better. For me, it's playing on my phone. But I mean, you could do that, or snuggle with a dog, or binge on Netflix, whatever you need to get you feeling back to being better. I also call it decompressing, because you are at such a high and you need to just like decompress and get back down to where you are. And of course, if you're in a car, listen to music, or start drawing something, or play on your phone, or whatever you need to do. The big note that I want you guys to take home from this is that after a panic attack, take care of yourself, however you need to do that. If you need to vent with a friend about it, if you need to drink hot chocolate, if you need to, I don't know, post a bunch of Fall Out Boy songs on Facebook, go for it. You do what makes you feel better. And that's the #1 important thing. So I hope this video has really helped you guys out with, kind of an idea of what can I do to prepare for panic attacks. Because as we know, panic attacks, they can be triggered, or they could possibly not be triggered at all. Which some people don't understand that from people with anxiety, that yes, panic attacks can happen out of nowhere for no reason. So when that happens, I hope that through this video you kind of have an idea of how to kind of plan for it, so that when it does hit, you at least have an idea of what you can do. And obviously, as I've said, this entire thing that I told you about before, during, after, plan as you need it. Because I just gave you the tips that work for me, but if it doesn't work for you, then change it how you need it. Because your panic attack is your experience, and you need to do what you can to plan for your own panic attack. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like, favorite, subscribe, share if you can. Share this to your friends who also have anxiety and panic attacks, so that they could also be helped. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye!